Morning, everybody. I'd like to share two nice little stories. From this, we can learn a very powerful lesson. There was once a young boy, a young yeshiva student. You know, everybody finished school, and they graduated, and each one got married. And this bacher, he didn't find the shidduch. And time went on and on and on and on, and nothing was going. And then he had a younger brother that already came also the time for him to go for a shidduch. So he told his younger brother, listen, don't be hesitant even for a second because I'm not married and this and that. Go and look and find, and if you do it, absolutely go for it. So that's what happened. His younger brother got engaged and he was getting married, and he went and he helped his brother to take care of all the preparations. The brother got married. The brother already even had a child, and he still didn't find the shidduch. He didn't speak to his brother for a while. His brother already moved somewhere else, a different community in Israel. And he calls up his brother to see how he's doing, and he says, Hashem will help. He says, here, Hashem will help. Something is wrong, that you're participating. The way you're saying it doesn't sound like Hashem will help. It's like, oh yeah, Hashem will help. So what's going on? He says, this, that, they don't have any money right now. They don't have anything for Shabbos. So he said, okay. Didn't say anything. He hung up the phone. He went into his savings. This guy didn't necessarily have an amazing job or anything. He had a couple of dollars behind him, his own savings. But his brother's in need. What is he going to do? He's going to let him starve. So he went. He took like $2,000-$3,000 or shekels, or whatever it was. And he went to the supermarket. He packed up the car with food and everything. Drove over to where his brother lives. Came to his house. And brought in all the bags to the house. Plus, he gave him another envelope of money, cash, in his hand, and didn't want to, until he took it, and that was it. And then he went back home. Meantime, the wife, she was supposed to go to a wedding that night, but she was so tzubrach and so broken from the whole situation that she told her she's not going to the wedding tonight. But now that they got all the food, now she's going to the wedding. Now she's in a good mood. She could go to the wedding. She goes to the wedding. By the chuppah, she sees a girl on the side, standing on the side and crying, davening. It's a chuppah. It's a very auspicious time to daven. So she sees this girl davening. So she goes over to her afterwards. Says, maybe I could help you. Maybe I could pray with you. What's the story? She says she's looking for a shidduch for many, many years, and she didn't get it. So she tells her, I know the perfect guy for you. And she set him up with this girl, and they got married. So what do you see from the story? He could have made calculations. Maybe I have to keep the money for myself. I have a future. I'm looking forward. I'm not really making money. And it's a proper calculation. There's nothing wrong with that calculation. But he went out of his comfort zone. He saw a time of need, and he made that move. And that in itself brought his own salvation. That brought it that his sister-in-law should go to the wedding and find him a shidduch. There's also a animal called in Hebrew, I don't know what it's in English, I have to search it, but it's called kankanta. This animal, this kankanta, is the one species that the lion is scared of. Why? What it does is, it's like the size of a cat or maybe smaller. And what it does is it can dig a hole in the ground, and it makes the lion crazy, chases the lion. The lion goes running into that hole. And once the lion goes into that hole, it gets stuck. And then the kankanta comes from the top of the neck, jumps on the neck of the lion, and squeezes its nails in. It has like 14 nails on each hand, like knives. And it could go and take out the brain of the lion, basically. But this kankanta is scared of a dog, because a dog somehow could get this little animal. So what happened was, there was once all three came together. I think even King Solomon saw this. All three came together. And each one, the lion says, I'm going to eat the dog, but I can't eat the dog yet because I need the dog to get the kankanta. The kankanta says, I am not going to kill the lion, because if I kill the lion, then the dog doesn't need me. So each one needs the other one. So it became peace. All of a sudden it was peace. All three of them were living in peace because each one was afraid and needed the other one. Your enemy of their enemy is your friend. I got some ma'aseh. But this is something like we see in the positive and you see in the negative, how Hashem works things out. Sometimes there could be a real fear, but Hashem puts something else in the mix and then everything goes away. There could be a person who needs a Yeshua. You did something and you put it into the mix, and that's how things come out. So really, the good is based on us, and the negative also a person can have the opportunity to create, to bring about that he should be blessed. So Hashem should help, we should be inspired that as much as nature tells you this way, And what makes sense is that way, you have to know that if we follow the Torah and mitzvahs and we do what Hashem wants, we're able to bring upon ourselves blessings and protection. And may we be zeicha to the ultimate protection, the ultimate time of peace with Mashiach Tzidkeinu Meher V'Meinu V'Noimar. Amen.